All right, solving equations with rational coefficients. Now we're going to go ahead and work on examples 3 and 4. Let's jump into it. For example 3, it says solve 3.15 is equal to 0.45 times the value of n. We're going to check our solution. This is going to involve some good old-fashioned division using decimals. Let's do it. All right, in order to solve for the value of n, we are going to need to divide by the coefficient of n, in this case 0.45. So divide by 0.45. Any number divided by itself is just equal to 1. 3.15 divided by divided by 0.45. This is going to involve division with decimals. Let's jump into it. All right, the numerator goes inside, the denominator goes outside, but when you're dividing, you want to put your decimals to the end. Since I moved the decimal on the outside 2 spaces, we're going to follow suit, move the decimal on the inside 2 spaces. So now we should have 45 on the outside and 315 on the inside. Okay, now 45, I don't know how many times that goes into 315. I could guess like at least, I'm going to guess like at least 6 times. Let's try it. 45 times 6, let's see what we get. All right, 5 times 6 is 30, so I'm going to carry the 3, have my 0 down there already. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 3 is 27, that's 270. I think I could fit it in there one more time. 45 times 7. 5 times 7 is 35, carry the 3. 7 times 4 is 28, plus 3 more is 31. So, we get exactly 315. So 45 fits into 315 7 times. 3 times 45 is 315, as you guys saw. And, of course, when you subtract, we get 0, which means that we are done. All right, so 7 is equal to the value of n. And if you think about it, guys, 0.45 in a percent format, that would be 45%. And that's almost half. So half of 7 is about 3.5. So a little bit less than half would be a little bit lower than 3.5. And 3.15 is definitely a little bit lower than 3.5. So I think this answer checks out. N equals 7. Okay, it says Latoya softball team won 75% or 18 of its games. We're going to define a variable, then write and solve an equation to determine the number of games that the team played. So 75%, if you write that as a fraction, that's 75 hundredths. And 75 hundredths, if you use place value, it's literally 75 hundredths, right? This is the hundredths place right there, 75 of them. So anyways, what we're saying is 75% of some number of games. We don't know what that is yet, but we do know that it's equal to 18. This looks just like example 3, and we're going to do some good old-fashioned division. So we divide by the coefficient of g, which is 0.75. Any number divided by itself is equal to 1. And whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other side. So 18 divided by 0.75. Now the numerator is going to go inside. So 18 goes inside. The denominator goes on the outside, 0.75. Now here's the thing. When you divide, you cannot, we don't want to have the decimal there. So we're going to move it over here to the right and move 2 spaces. So we're going to move 2 spaces as well. And now that's 1,800 divided by 75. Let me clean that up a little bit. Okay, now 75 is too big to go inside of 1. Oops, why did I erase that? It's too big to go inside of 1. It's too big to go inside of 18, but it can fit inside of 180. And if I think about 75 times 2, that's going to be about 150. So put my 2 there. 2 times 75 is 150, and then we subtract. Okay? Now, 180 minus 150 is 30, but I'm going to bring down my 0. 75 fits inside of 300 how many times? That one, I know that 75 times 2 is equal to 150, right? If I double that, it's going to be 300. So it must be 75 times 4. Like if you double, 2 times 2 is 4. So we're going to multiply times 4. 75 times 4 is 300. So when you do your subtraction, you get 0, and that tells us that we are done. So therefore, let me change the color on this. The number of games was 24. All right, let's do a little bit of mental math to check this, okay? 75% is like 3/4, okay? If I had 1/4 of 24, that's gonna be 6. But I don't have 1/4, I have 3/4. So 6 times 3 is equal to 18. And that's exactly what they gave us. And if you were paying attention on example 1, you would notice, wait a minute, hold on a second. This problem is example 1, but instead of using 3/4, we used the decimal form, 0.75. Sneaky, sneaky. All right, guys, have a good one. Good luck.